Okay, and we are recording.
Oh, great.
Ugh. Hello, Internet. Don't worry about the dog face in the room or the beer bottle clinking. We just watched a bad movie and we're back.
Hello.
With a new friend. Hello, new friend. Say hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's your name?
I'm Dylan. What's up?
There we go.
Who do I
Okay.
talk to?
Okay, so there's Dylan. I don't know. He fell asleep. It was really bad.
Yeah.
It was.
I just woke up.
So we watched Southland Tales
Yeah.
by the same wonderful director of
Donnie Darko.
Richard Kelly. Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hooray, Richard Kelly.
So we
No, not right.
So to answer Jose's questions about what would happen if not Jose, sorry. Oh, he doesn't like to be called Jose. I'm sorry. To answer Nathan's questions, I'm just gonna bleep out anything I just said there. So you usually hear a lot. To answer Nathan's questions about Donnie Darko, we now know what would happen if Richard Kelly had a budget.
Mm-hmm. The Rock is in it,
It's pretty.
and Amy Poehler is in it
Stephen
too.
William Peck.
But she dies.
Sarah Michelle Gellar plays a porn star.
Yeah.
But she's always fully clothed. Even like her bikini is very not the opposite of what a bikini should be.
Yeah.
It's very covering.
There's also
Yeah.
like half the cast of Mad TV in this
Sean
movie
William
too for
Scott.
some reason, but they're all playing serious roles. Like none of them are any comedy roles.
John Lovitz.
Oh, that's right.
John Lovitz plays a racist white supremacist cop in this movie,
Yeah. Well, okay.
and it's actually kind of terrifying.
Yeah, he's a little bit terrifying actually. We should talk about the plot.
But
plot?
but
Wait, what
before
plot?
before we get to the plot, Mandy Moore is in this film.
Oh yeah.
If anyone has seen Save the Last Dance or Last Walker, that one where she had cancer and died,
Well.
spoilers, she's in this. She's in this. Don't watch this.
No.
It's bad. And it will ruin that movie for you. That terrible movie you probably haven't seen in 20 years.
But we
Or-
should talk about the plot. The plot.
Plot.
Yeah, because, like, there isn't much.
Actually,
And-
there's a lot to this plot, but you have to talk about it in reverse.
Yeah.
Because if
that's
you
true.
watch it, if you watch this movie from beginning to end, as we just did, it makes no
It makes...
damn sense.
Yeah, like, the first, like, big plot point that actually happens maybe, like, an hour in. But before that, it's just kind of, like, set up, but not really. But set up. And they use this, like, weird format, like, interchangeably in the movie where it's, like, either a news headline or, like, it starts off with, like, opening a website page and that's how you get the entire exposition, which is really shitty. And, like a second in, you get hit with friggin' advertising. You get, like, Budweiser.
It's
you
not
get...
just that. It kind of feels like the whole thing is using, like, unused potential footage, like storyboarding. Like they have this would have been a cool storyboard, so we're just gonna talk over it and show you some storyboards. And if we put up like a cool interface, it'll make you forget that you're looking at unfinished storyboards that we couldn't afford to film.
So
because I'm assuming The Rock cost too much.
Yeah. So what does it start with even? I honestly forget.
It starts
with like the web
It
the
starts
web
with the web
page
thing, and
backstory.
It explains that nuclear bombs were dropped in Texas.
Yeah.
And America's lost its goddamn mind and is oddly prophetic. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of weird similarities to the last to the last presidential race.
Yeah, and this
like,
movie was made
Russians,
in 2005.
There's like, weird communist groups trying to manipulate the next coming election, and that's not even like, it's not like, and there's all this stuff about Bush because it was in 2005, and
And Bush was
they talk about like 40 50 something troops died in Iraq yesterday. And like the way they play it off, it's like it's not even tragic. There's like and it's raining.
Like,
the
and
whole
it
movie's just
happened.
like jaded.
Yeah.
And it's trying to show us this like not post-apocalyptic, but right before post-apocalyptic, right before the apocalypse. Like this.
And there's like 3 different groups in the movie, or was it 2?
There's
Sometimes they blur.
So there's the neo-Marxists.
Yeah, there's the neo-Marxists,
which are surprisingly,
they're like.
They're trying to show that America's racist, and it's funny because this wasn't a thing that existed back then, but if this was made nowadays, he'd be like yelled at.
Yeah,
it kind of feels unintentionally anti-social justice warriorisms, and that wasn't even a thing that existed back then. So
like they try to set up this scenario where a cop shoots an interracial couple, and they're gonna call the cop racist and spark this whole thing
about the government
with it,
which is totally 1984 Big Brother. With shiny laptops instead of CTR monitors.
Exactly, it's exactly like that. So that's what they attempt to do, and then they have this cop, and I don't know, like half the time the cop seemed brainwashed, but I don't know if he actually was brainwashed.
No, it wasn't that he was brainwashed. Spoilers, because this movie actually doesn't. Nobody fucking cares. If you're watching this, you hate this movie already.
This entire
You're not gonna watch a review of this movie, like
10,
12, 13, whatever fuck years later. No. If you're watching this, you know this movie's bad. So no, what you're missing.
But this entire movie's like 50% set up anyways.
He was the same person
that's
existing
right.
simultaneously.
Okay,
so his brain was all out of whack because two souls existing, but what if they handshake? And that's the entire plot.
Yeah.
It's Donnie fucking Darko, but with more people Donnie Darkoing.
And again, just like Donnie Darko, it pops the fuck out of nowhere. I mean, there's like at least hints of quantum physics, more so than in Donnie Darko. But it has nothing to do with this.
They loudly talk about like the perpetual motion machine that'll flow on the soul energy, which is okay. That's cool, but they never talk about what that means.
Yeah,
they don't talk about what anything means in this movie. It's implied.
There's also this other plot line in this movie, along with the wedding couple getting shot at one, where there's this whole Proposition 69 that nobody ever talks about. But we all know why it's fucking called Proposition 69.
Oh, yeah,
it's supposed to.
There's this
this whole sexualized section of the future, which I mean is
masturbation isn't
about
wrong.
To be true,
Teenagers aren't wrong, and it's
having enough sex.
Sarah Michelle Gellar's a porn star trying to say that it's okay to masturbate, and there's the moral.
People talk about sucking dick a lot too.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And also, there's a lot of toilet scenes in this movie.
A lot of people die in toilets, and a lot of people watch other people on toilets.
Yeah.
There's a lot of toilet imagery, and I can't figure out why.
So anyways, there's this cop in here, and he knows that he's about to shoot this couple.
Wait. What if all the toilet imagery is hinting at No, that's really stupid. Like just all the bowels that dropped when Jesus died, because everyone assumes the Jesus pose in this movie.
Yeah, that's true. But they all talk about shit hitting the fan.
Exactly.
So maybe
what if this is some sort of wonderful sub reference that ties us all into Dogma?
Oh god.
The movie Dogma. You know what
I love Dogma.
The shit demon.
I would rather watch Dogma.
What I like to imagine this is just fan fiction written by the Golgotham. This whole movie's fan fiction written by the Golgotham.
Dogma made that shit demon work. They made it work.
They're obviously plastic covered in chocolate.
Yeah,
shit demon was amazing compared to anything that this movie did.
But okay, so we ramble
Everything
a lot.
This movie did was bad.
We ramble a lot about this movie. And it might sound like rambling, even though we're trying to explain the plot, but that's really how this movie is. It is.
Scenes go on and people talk and they try to sound profound, but they never say anything.
Yeah.
No one says anything in this movie. This movie actually, the best thing about this movie is the saddest thing about this movie. This movie has these great sequences in it where no one says anything. They have music playing. Sometimes there's lyrics in the music, and the lyrics are basically narrating the scene in a more artful way than the writer could.
Yeah.
And the camera direction is beautiful. The lighting is beautiful. This movie is amazingly well shot.
Yeah.
Except for the occasional weird CGI, but that's not the shooting. But
the lighting is gorgeous. It's really nicely done.
Oh my gosh, they have such beautiful symbolism with lighting sometimes too.
Yeah.
There's a scene of everything is blue and there's flashing red light, and the guy makes a choice to extinguish that light. And right before he makes a big moral choice in the film, a stupid moral choice that makes no fucking sense, but it's still
a moral choice.
It's everything up to that point is beautiful, but then every time it happens, they're ruined.
Yeah.
Because there's this one beautiful tracking shot that goes on forever through this like weird dance number, and then
the song was about making choices too. It was all like decisions.
And it cuts with the guy, and the guy like goes in. He's gonna be a big badass finally, and the guy just pulls a gun on him, and that would have been awesome if it ended there, but it went into like Quentin Tarantino wannabe dialogue. There's so much Quentin Tarantino wannabe dialogue in this.
Yeah, it went like 30 seconds too long. It went
like an hour and a half too long. What do you mean?
Yeah.
This movie could have been a great short film.
Yeah.
It really could have been a great short film.
Mm-hmm.
They could have just had random colors instead of characters representing the various different groups, affecting these two various souls who both did the same thing and had different outcomes that led to their various different endings.
Yeah, we should say that The Rock also has a soul split, so there's two of him.
Well, yeah, but one's dead.
So,
the whole thing deals with, the whole thing sets up an apotheosis, which is the Greek terminology for when you ascend to godhood. There's even this Bible quote, because there's a new Bible in this book. And
it begins with Justin Timberlake reading the Bible sitting at a machine gun.
In a bad Southern accent.
In a bad
So there's a lot of like weird biblical terms.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the Bible, you might think that they're like real, but a lot of them are fake. A lot, like, especially, there's a lot of, the masses won't get it, so I'm going to make it seem like it's smarter than it is. But yeah, so the movie's about quantum travel to disprove God the villains want to disprove God or end the world. It depends on which villain you're talking about. None of them are clear, and it's really stupid, and I stopped caring. I just did. It's like after a certain point you're like, okay, they keep plot twisting. I don't really follow or care anymore because beer tastes better than thinking about this movie. And so does moonshine and tequila, as we found out.
Yeah, there's so many plot twists.
And pizza.
But like
and brownies. Brownies are fucking good when you're drunk. But so this movie sobers you up though because it's that bad.
Yeah.
I'll finish. I'm sorry, I rambled.
I was gonna say there's so many plot twists, but they're not really plot twists.
I didn't get to the end though.
But the ending.
Oh
my god.
So the two the two characters.
We need to talk about the fuckboy.
We'll get to the fuckboy.
Okay.
We'll get to the fuckboy because he's important. But
he's important to the plot.
But ignoring the fuckboy, who is important, this story follows basically two people who both did the same thing. They both went back in time.
Yeah.
The villains thought that they had proved correct that there was no God because the one guy, when he went back in time, killed his previous self. And that's The Rock's character.
Yeah. He's also a filmmaker.
Sean William Scott's character, however, actually went back and coexisted with his. And but they play it off as like he's his brother, but there's so many weird symbolisms, like the fact that he's not reflecting what his past self would have done in the mirror and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is really cool when you think about it, but when it happens, the way it's presented, it makes no sense because it happens too early.
It makes no sense. And it happens in like the first like 10 minutes, but it's never like visited again.
But yeah, so... Yeah. But yeah, so basically, the things about apotheosis, Sean William Scott is God, apparently. The movie ends with his past and his present touching themselves, like shaking hands, not like anything awesome. I'd pay to watch that. I mean, let's see Dave Franco do it in that one Funny or Die video.
So it ends with each other like touching their hands and like in broken down ammo ship because there's like a riot that happened, but that makes no fucking sense either because they all meet up because movie. So anyways, so they start floating up, but oh shit, also before this, they met the YOLO guy, the YOLO fuckboy guy. So I think he was like holding him up or giving him drugs? Because like the cop character takes a lot of drugs and is unconscious for most of this movie, but then this one fuckboy looking guy shows up. I guess? It's like a white boy wearing a do-rag. He shows up, I guess they were friends. And so he like hitches a ride in the car, and then like
By the way, the way he's dressed would have been outdated for 2005.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And this movie is set in the future in 2005.
Yeah.
No.
So anyways, they get in this armored car with a bunch of fucking machine guns on them, and they drive away. And the other cop character, the same cop character, but like the other duplicate version of him, like bumps in with them, and their car starts floating up in the middle of the air, but fuckboy is still trapped on top of the van. So he just stands there, probably what seems for like 10 minutes. And he just stands there. And then he ends up like finishing the movie off, this one character that you see for like 10 minutes total. Or less even. And he ends up like concluding the movie by taking a like bazooka gun and shooting at this helium balloon full of people that were supposed to bring in the next whatever.
They were celebrating the fact that they had defeated God.
Yeah.
And they all died for it.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. By a fuckboy.
By a fuckboy.
By a fuckboy.
By a fuckboy.
Wait, that's what that was?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't understand that till just now. I was just like, what
It's
the hell
okay.
is going on right
It's
now?
okay. This movie has layers, man. It has layers. That's
Like
why,
an onion?
That's why, yeah, like an onion.
Oh
That's
my
why
God.
it's so good. Because
Oh
it has
God, no.
layers.
This
Yeah.
movie
It's
thinks
deep.
it's,
It
You
had
don't
way too many
understand,
layers.
Brad. This movie's so deep.
It had way too
this
many
movie
layers.
thinks it's incredibly smart.
I'm crying right now.
And in some aspects it is. It has a very good understanding of its own narrative. We don't, but it does.
Yeah, it does.
And it understands what sciences it tries to use. At least at the time, what they would have known. It's well researched.
Yeah.
It just... I don't think he knew how to tell what he wanted to tell. And I don't think I know what he wanted to tell.
I don't
I
think
think
he
it was
knew what he
like
wanted to tell.
I think it was partly his problem and partly like editing maybe. The editing was like, it was random, but the scenes were also really random and short. So
This movie could have been told in any goddamn order and it would have made the same amount of sense.
yeah, yeah. And it could have, and it,
Actually, it probably worked better if it started with the end.
honestly, yeah. It
Because
was,
the ending wasn't very good.
yeah. It
The ending
ended,
was weird and surreal.
it was like,
It would have made a great, like, what the fuck did that mean? And then it goes, like,
And it
1
goes-
week earlier.
yeah, yeah.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been fine. That would have been okay.
Hell, if they even just focused on each character and then told each other characters and gone, like, full Tarantino,
Yeah.
the writing would have made sense.
That would have, yeah.
And that would have been
honestly.
actually pretty enjoyable because I would have been
Yeah.
able to make sure what the fuck was going on.
Exactly.
But every
It's like,
minute and a half, it switches to a new group,
Yeah.
and you can't follow because you can't care.
Yeah, and it's like they took a bunch of scenes and they just put them in a blender and they pressed go and they're like, okay, this is how the
Good
movie's
fucking
gonna be
writing.
made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tarantino would have been a lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
At least you got
Like-
a plot
Like-
feel to it and
Like, I
some
don't,
At least
storyline.
it has a beginning, middle, and end.
I don't know who
Yes.
edited this, but I kind of feel like whoever edited this was probably under the director's, like, lock and key, and he, like, I've Richard Kelly, the way he tends to do his movies, they're very exact. They all feel the same, so I'm assuming he has a very hands-on grasp, and sometimes you need a good editor, even if you're a good director,
Yeah.
to make sense of what you shot.
Yeah.
Because a director directs scenes, an editor can kind of
Combine them together to
And
make,
they
some
can change
kind
the
of...
stories. I mean, we've all
Yeah.
seen those like what's it? Mary Poppins is a horror trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really
In the hands
easy.
of an editor, it's, yeah.
Like when we were doing specs, we did these. We were given random footage of a vampire like opening a door, and we had to like make it a scene.
Yeah.
And it was just like, here's like 30 different camera angles. Do what you want with it, and it's like, okay, how long does this to be? 30 seconds. Oh.
Oh.
And here's like 80 tracks of music.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, I feel like the music was very well chosen, but it also fit the direction. So I'm assuming he was very hands-on with that part, and I feel like maybe too hands-on for the whole movie as a whole, like the
Yeah.
narrative.
All
Like-
of the scenes where there's music in the background and they're acting like a music video, those are amazing.
Some of
Those
them
are
are-
really nice.
Some of them are better than the original music videos.
Yeah.
It's a really pretty movie that's
Yeah.
got some very great dream sequences too.
Exactly.
The drug
Yeah.
sequences in this movie are gorgeous.
But everything else makes, like, why do the drug scenes and the music scenes are the only ones that make sense?
I'm assuming because they have the
Like-
least to say.
Yeah.
But what they say is probably some of the most important stuff in the movie, which is the
Yeah.
saddest thing about it. Once again, you could cut out most of the dialogue in this movie and have a really good short
Yeah.
film.
Exactly. Like, there's just so
like
much
a
extra.
really good TV pilot.
Yeah, there's too much extra in this. It was just so... oh my god, I see now.
Like, this
on the
could have
screen.
won so many awards, like some short film at the Cannes that, like, you know, goes on to win, like
Yeah.
everyone's like talking about the appraise. Like, this is such a good short film.
It's so amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's got such little dialogue, but everything that's said is so poignant.
Yeah.
But instead, every time they do say something poignant, they keep talking
Yeah.
over it.
And they keep talking, and they keep talking, and then somebody else keeps talking, and then they start talking about shit.
And
Literally.
then-
They
and then-
actually talked about shit in this movie for a couple seconds, just like the fucking Smurfs.
Oh yeah,
scene.
I can't
I
shit.
had, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
like,
that
I
was
haven't
a-
shit in, like, I haven't shit
that
in 2
was-
weeks or peed either.
That was the plot point with the cop. He couldn't...
Because he went back in time.
Because he went back in
Immediately
time.
after, everybody gets killed on the toilet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's the whole point with like, it doesn't say you have to poop. It doesn't have to shit in the Bible. Well, yeah, but it's like a law of nature. That's the fucking hints they give.
Yeah.
That's like, that's not even a hint that you can follow. That's a hint I just realized after watching this movie. This is not the first time I've watched this movie. I did this to her and him. I'm a bad person.
Yeah. This is the first time I've ever seen this movie.
I owe her some retribution, but this poor guy. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, I fell asleep. I had a nice nap time.
You're good. It's good.
Got too drunk.
You
Fell
had
over a
to.
few times.
Had to get out of this.
Yeah. You had to get
It took us. This is a 2-hour-long movie that took us 3.5 hours to watch.
Because we kept pausing it and talking about random stuff.
About other things, just
About-
anything.
Just anything other than this
Just-
movie.
It took us. I ordered a pizza 10 minutes into this movie. The pizza got here 33 minutes into the movie. It took it an hour and 20 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
We had
fun.
some moonshine and orange juice. It was
Oh,
a
God.
good combination to deal with
To
bad
deal with-
direction.
Yeah.
Not
You know
those
what?
memories.
But here's the thing, though. Overall, this movie was far more enjoyable than both Donnie Darko and S. Darko.
That's true. It was far more enjoyable.
This is like my number one pick so far. Donnie Darko coming 2 because nostalgia, and S. Darko coming 3 because that was a dumpster fire, and I don't even remember half of what I saw.
Yeah, this one took place in the future, which already makes it kind of more entertaining than Donnie Darko. A bunch of shit was going on, even though we don't even know what exactly was going on in the movie, but a lot of stuff was happening. Mm-hmm. So, versus Darko, where it was just talking for like 5 minutes with just like... Just like shot to shot, like whatever the fuck that was.
Shot, reverse shot.
Yeah, shot, reverse shot. Shot, reverse shot. Shot, reverse shot.
And he's touching himself.
Yeah.
What?
Donnie Darko.
Donnie
like
Darko was touching himself.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, he gets hypnotized and he has this whole, like, he's about to, like, put his hand down his pants. And then the
Has it been that long
it's
since you've
like,
seen it?
It has.
Oh,
I'm
God.
trying to
Don't watch
imagine-
it again.
You don't watch it
This is
again.
the
Part with like the
preserve-
river and like the air.
No,
It's
this is near the
before-
beginning.
yeah.
The river
Don't-
and the air only happens
When
in,
he's
like, the
that
last
weird
20
smile
minutes.
on his face.
Yeah.
He has a weird smile on his face during
Yeah,
half
that's
the
like
movie.
half the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it's like 95%. But we're
95% smile.
Let's
Yes.
lock that shit in the past. But yeah, no,
Lock
like,
it in the vault.
oh, this did answer the question though too. One of the good things is less wide angles. There were still some like
Yeah.
weird like 20-ish angles. Not quite as wide. There was still some bowing. The color was better.
The color's a lot better.
The color's a lot better.
The lighting was a lot better.
It was a lot prettier. It was a lot smoother.
The colors were more consistent versus Donnie Darko, where it was just kind of everywhere and.
I can only
like-
color correct so much on my
Yeah.
MacBook Pro
Yeah.
in 2003. Oh God, I'm a film student. I understand Donnie Darko's shortcomings. I really do. Like I do, and I really like I felt bad kind of ragging on it because I understand.
Yeah.
But watching this makes me not feel bad at all about ragging on it because he was a pretentious shit, and he's always gonna be pretentious shit.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, so
Yeah.
this is it for now, and the next time you see us, we'll be watching The Box.
Yeah, we're gonna continue with this Richard Kelly shit fest.
But luckily, his career ended, so
There we
that's
go.
the end.
Yeah.
He got one critical acclaim,
Yeah.
one diarrhea extra, and people were like, maybe we just threw too much money in him. Let's cut back the funds a little bit.
Yeah.
And then a third one where they just realized that no, he was a one-trick pony who had no tricks.
I had no
Fuck you,
tricks.
Richard Kelly. Actually, no, don't fuck you. You're pretty cool. You did what I can't, so.
Well,
But
at
still,
least-
but fuck you for wasting your one fucking shot. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
with
yeah.
all these amazing
Well, at least say
actors.
goodbye to you, Richard Kelly. Until next time.
Fucking goddamn it.
Bye.
Can you try this on really fast? Can I wear this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Does it fit me?
Yeah, it fits you.
Alright, cool.
It looks even better because you're wearing like a black shirt.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
It goes, yeah.
Bye.